Well, we talked to Gary Lamb, the CEO of Manx Telecom, in a car park just a couple of weeks ago. Things, even then, were going quite crazy, Gary. Now they've moved to the next phase. We're doing this via remote control. And I know a lot of questions people are asking about, obviously, service, reliability, what's going to go on. You mentioned it in passing that you were, all services are under pressure because of all the people using the internet. Where are we up to now?
Yeah, I guess the first thing to say, I'm not in the car park today. I'm actually in my kitchen.
Right.
Again, quite a bizarre situation, but yeah, it's all fast moving. In terms of things like the network, we are seeing some changes in the network in terms of the usage during the day, but we're still quite a way off our peaks. So the network is structured so that we are able to deal with the peak times. So at the moment, we're not seeing any issues on the broadband. Things like mobile, again, they seem to be working pretty well. So at the moment, and as I said in the last interview, we are monitoring every day, and things look okay at the moment. But rest assured, we will continue to monitor. Where we see issues, we'll do whatever we can to tweak and improve the service if we can. But we seem to be holding up quite well at the moment.
Okay, well, and the shop's shut since we last talked. I think everywhere's shutting down. That must be causing a few problems, no doubt, for people wanting to get in touch to get things sorted.
Yeah, we're quite ahead of the curve in terms of some of the actions we've taken. We sent our people home over a week ago now. We closed the shop this week, and we already had plans in place to make sure that people can still buy phones if they want to by going online. We've also set up the capability to be able to deal with faults as well. So we're in pretty good shape. You're right, the shop is shut, and it'll be shut as long as it has to be. So we are still providing service. But yeah, we're having to adapt. But at the moment, we think we're adapting pretty well.
And you were quite heavily involved, I believe, with the 111 setup, and that was quite a quick and amazing thing to do, wasn't it, in that such a short period of time?
Yeah, I think like many other companies on the island and a lot of the community, we're doing everything we can to try and help the governments and the community provide a service, help with new requests, because this is unprecedented. It's an eerie time. We want to do everything we can to make sure that we can support the community and businesses to get through this difficult time.
Okay, well, you've got a couple of announcements to make, I believe, today for Manx Telecom.
Yeah, we have actually announced internally that we're no longer going to have our engineering workforce out and about in line with the restrictions that have been imposed by the government. Again, that's something we'd already been talking about. We've now imposed those, so only absolutely critical attendance to any particular sites is what we'll deal with. The other thing is we've some commercial announcements. We've also, it was mentioned at one of the government announcements that we will be doing what we can to help people in terms of their payments. If anyone's got any issues, then they should give us a call and we'll do what we can to help them. And we're also going to be releasing an announcement shortly about some changes in some of our different tariffs across fixed, broadband and mobile. So we're going to open up some of the broadband so that people have more capacity. And we're also making some changes to our mobile tariffs so that, again, it means people will be able to use their devices more without any penalty in terms of cost.
But as we touched on the other time, you want people to be using things responsibly. A house full of people using Netflix on 4 different devices is going to put strain on the system, and that peak period has grown from like evenings to like lunchtime, hasn't it?
Yeah, you're right. And I think if people can just think about what they're doing, I know it's a very challenging time. We've got the kids at home, we're trying to work, they want to be on their devices, they want to be watching Netflix. At the moment, the network seems to be holding up pretty well. So we've no major concerns. But again, if people can be a bit more responsible, just think about what they're doing, that'll help everybody, in their homes so that they can get a pretty good service that continue to work and the kids can continue to play.
And as far as MT go, if people have got a major issue, there's someone answering the phone, is there somewhere?
Yeah, absolutely. We have had people in our contact centre split across buildings. We've now moving to being able to answer calls from their homes. So our normal service is still available. So please, if anyone's got any issues, please phone the usual numbers. We'll do everything we can to help.